What's going on, guys? Bankroll Games here with more Armored Core 6. And last episode when we left off we did a mission for Syndicala, and that should unlock us a weapon later on in the chapter to help us take down the end, what I assume is going to be the end of chapter boss. And then we carried on doing a bit more of the arena as well. So in between episodes I did a little bit of OS tuning and basically got some more upgrades. So our weapon should do a little bit more damage. And I also put a point into our repair kit effectiveness, so we should be able to get a little bit more health back whenever we use a repair kit. But for now, we're just going to carry on doing the story, and then we've got another arena opponent to take down as well. That we've already faced this guy in a story mission. We did that last episode, but we might do that after this mission. And the first mission we're going to be doing is defend the old spaceport. And last time we did a defend mission, we used Fighting Cowboy's Cold Steel build, and it seemed to work out really well for that. So I'm going to be using it again, and hopefully it'll work out just as well this time.
Got a job for you, 621. We've received a request from the Archibus Group.
Raven, this request comes from our subsidiary Schneider. It concerns the Bertram spaceport, which you and V4 brought under our control. We've received intel that a stranded PCA fleet is planning to retake the base. Your objective is to intercept the PCA and defend the spaceport. We've deployed an MT squad to support you. Use them as you see fit. That concludes the briefing. Good luck.
Always like missions so we have some support. See how effective the MTs are when they are on our sides.
621, don't forget you have MT backup.
System activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Wait, something's not right, 621.
The battle's over already.
Find out what's going on.
I have a feeling we've got an AC fight coming up.
Raven. I've identified the target. That's the mercenary who took your name. Let's see how far they can fly. On borrowed wings.
So this person's quite tough. They seem to have a lot of repair kits as well, which isn't great for us. might switch back over to our shotgun build. Just because it is good against enemy ACs. Hopefully we should be able to get a little bit more stagger on as well. But it seems like the person we stole our license from is actually still alive. So yeah, again, be interesting to see if they come up again in the story.
That's over already.
Find out what's going on. Let AC do all this.
Augmented Hero 461. We're not here to take back the Raven name. However, we'll see if you can do it justice.
Looks like you found your license's original owner. Tie up the loose end, 61.
Yes, Raven, I feel it too. This person has potential.
AP at 50%.
Went down a lot easier that time.
All right. We'll watch this one. See where they go on a Raven's wings.
Got a pretty decent payout as well for that mission. Repair costs and ammo costs quite high. But other than that, yeah, that was a fun fight. A lot of story implications. And got a combat log for that as well.
No new messages.
I've looked into the other Raven, the independent mercenary who attacked you. It turns out that Raven isn't an individual call sign. It's a title, passed down generations of mercenaries who champion the free will Raven stands for. They choose what to fight for, and take to the skies in flight. If that's what being a Raven means, then that's the name I want to keep calling you. Raven.
It's pretty cool. It sort of feeds into the Ravens being the name for pilots in the older AC games as well. I think seeing as we've got our shotgun build equipped, we'll take on Bad Cook again. Oh, Honest Brute, sorry, Bad Cook's the flamethrower he uses. Yeah, and see how our shotgun build works out on him. Just because if we can out DPS him with the flamethrower, be a good test. See how, yeah, shotguns versus flamethrowers in AC battles. Because he moved around quite a lot as well when we fought him in the story.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 8, rank B, final evaluation.
Such a cool area in the game.
Subject AC, Milktooth. Call sign, Honest Brute.
His emblem's pretty cool as well. A bit freaky, but
Commencing evaluation.
Main system activating combat mode.
Seems like that flamethrower
This
does do a lot of
concludes
damage.
rank evaluation. Well done.
Hasn't got much stagger to it, thankfully.
Incoming comms.
Congratulations. You have surpassed rank B. It is a great honor to witness your evolution as a mercenary. All Might exists for all mercenaries.
And looks like we're going to be doing a mission where we have to find logs again. So I think going to be switching over to a different build. And this one is basically like the starting build of the game. All the same parts, just double missiles, but got better FCS and generator and boosters as well. So it's basically like just a slightly upgraded version of the starting armor core. Yeah, just thought it'd be fun to go sort of back to basics. I did originally try putting a shield on the left shoulder, but I didn't actually think the shields were that great in the little bit of testing that I did. So yeah, just a nice, fast, simple build. Like I said, very much back to basics. But it should be good for this mission if we need to move fast.
Raven, I have a personal request to ask you. It's about the Engabret Tunnel, which is to be shut down after it was hit by a coral surge. I want to go there and survey the area. Even before the coral surge, that place had been all but abandoned. It's an old structure, dating far back into the colonization of Rubicon. There must be items of interest from throughout the planet's history there. As I'm sure you're aware, I have no resources with which to pay you. But I can propose an alternative. If you find any wrecks left by the PCA, you should try accessing them. Both the corporations and the Rubiconians are gathering data on PCA technology. Whatever you collect, I can exchange for credits and transfer the funds to you.
Be pretty cool if we got some PCA equipment as well. That'd be awesome. Because a lot of their weapons are very powerful.
I've taken a few liberties. Walter thinks you've gone on a geological survey. Thank you for doing this for me, Raven.
Main system activating combat mode.
Let's get started, Raven. I've already located several wrecks that we should be able to recover data from. I'll send the marker data. PCA craft data. I'll exchange it for credits and send them to you later. Coral is able to conduct data and can influence digital equipment. The effects of the coral surge must have brought some of the wrecks back online. Let's see what we can find. Seems valuable too. I'm so glad this is turning into a profitable, an older generation of AC.
Seems like they knew the destruction was coming. It says deploy Ibis, so not quite sure what that is.
According to the timestamp, this was recorded 2 days before the fires of Ibis. This seems to be about the warning signs of the calamity, right before it struck.
Yeah, not quite sure what deploying Ibis means, because if the fires are called the fires of Ibis. Unless it was something they thought that would help the situation actually sort of caused it.
That's an old bus I see. The Rubiconians used to pilot these.
Quite ominous.
This seems to be a recording of Domayan, the Liberation Front's ideological leader. But this appears to be something exceptionally personal. Inspecting data. It's a schematic for an SG craft. Research Institute, I see.
Seems like there's something to do with augmented humans, a bit like the Human Plus thing, and using coral.
This is about the first augmented humans. The same coral technology that created you. But without it, we never would have made contact. I'm not picking up any more data stores. If this outing has made you think about Rubicon's past or the nature of coral, then it was all worth it.
Yeah, pretty cool mission. Just giving it a little bit of lore.
We got ourselves a deal, Handler Walter. Michigan. So, Arquebus met us halfway?
I gave them the heavy warship fleet. In exchange, Balaam's in charge of putting down the beast. They also offered some top Vespers. Guess they don't trust us.
Better than nothing. I'll provide what support I can, too.
Yeah, your mad scientists, RAD or whatever, and that hound of yours.
Michigan. Don't underestimate 621. That hound always delivers.
One new message.
What kept you, 621? You're a famous mercenary now. Time to act like one. This next mission's all or nothing. Make sure you attend the briefing.
I'm guessing this is going to be the end of the next chapter. So we got that weapon that Carla's been making for us. And it seems like it's a requirement for this next mission. What a cool looking weapon. Almost looks like a Kojima weapon in Armored Core 4 or 4 Answer. But yeah, seeing as this is the end of the chapter, we'll see if we can get it done in this episode nicely. Hopefully it shouldn't take us too many attempts. Sounds like it's just going to be a big boss battle against us, some other ACs, and the Ice Worm.
Listen up, 621. This will be a joint operation led by Balaam and Arquebus. The briefing's about to start. I want you to attend.
First, some background before we go into detail. The intercorporate ceasefire is now in effect, and we will be carrying out coordinated attacks against the PCA. The targets are the enemy-occupied bases, the heavy warship fleet, and the recently activated...
I'll cut to the chase. This is an all-out war against the PCA and theaters across Rubicon. And y'all got the short end of the stick. You're here to take on the worst of our dirty work, hunting the beast of the ice field.
Sure thing, Chief. Tell you what, I'll watch and let you know how badly that goes for us.
Gun 5, you just volunteered yourself for the front line.
Moving on. Let's talk about how we're going to neutralize the Iceworm's coral shield. You'll be dealing with a layered barrier made up of a primary and a secondary shield.
Arquebus will provide the means to break the first layer. The state-of-the-art stun needle launcher. Aim for the face, and it will deliver results, I assure you.
What about the second layer?
RAD's cooked up just the thing. A neat little toy we call the Overed Rail Cannon. If we divert the spaceport's standby power to the ORC, should hit hard enough, assuming we land the shot.
You can leave that to me. I know a thing or two about sharpshooting.
I'll oversee operations on the ground. A ragtag crew like this needs leadership.
We could use some more suppressive fire. I'll send Chatty.
That just leaves the question of who will be taking charge of the stun needle launcher.
I know just the volunteer to go poke that beast with a stick. Gun 13, you get all that? Good! Time for another field trip!
Definitely prefer G1 to V2 Snail. Seems quite enthusiastic.
It's not every day you see competing forces working together like this. Now or never, 621. It's time, 621. You ready?
This mission depends upon you, Raven. Let's go. I'll be here to offer support.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Michigan will take
operation with combined AC force as per the Balaam Archibus agreement. Move out, maggots! Time to die!
Hopefully we can get close enough to use our shotguns.
Outfit and you might live.
What does that creep think he is? I ain't here because I want to be.
We gotta deal with those pesky shields first. Gus 13, roll out that fancy gizmo that Archibus paid the big bucks for.
You need to aim for the head. The rest of its body is covered in thick armor.
This is V4 Rusty. Rail cannon is good to go. Don't die before I get a chance to fire, buddy.
Tourist, got a message from the chief for you. Enjoy the show, and don't forget to smile.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Initializing ORC firing sequence.
Gus 13, what are you doing? The mission's a failure. All units retreat.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Michigan will take command.
Commencing operation with combined AC force as per the Balaam Archibus agreement. Move out, maggots! Time to die!
Act like a professional outfit and you might live.
What does that creep think he is? I ain't here because I want to.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Initializing ORC firing sequence. Connecting EML modules. Opening energy turbines. Output at 80%. Sighting correction A-OK. 90, 95. I won't miss.
Secondary shield down.
That was cool.
Gun 13, the head's open for a direct hit.
Freak actually did it. Did what? The bare minimum. This is just the first hurdle. The target's deployed drones, tourist. I'll handle them.
See if we can get another stun needle shot off.
V4, load the next shell.
One step ahead of you, Commander.
Finally, someone with their head screwed on straight. Never thought about switching sides?
Sure is an honor to be praised by the Red Guns hell on 4 legs. But I'll pass.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Preparing to fire rail cannon. Energy turbine output at 80%. Output 95%. 100%. Watch out for friendly fire.
Secondary shield down.
It's all yours now, buddy. Wait, something's wrong. Fall back, 621.
We've underestimated this beast. My AC's compromised. Withdraw.
The coral. It's out of control.
Got some serious
Looks
assault
like
armor
things
that
just
guy.
took a nasty turn. I'll set the ORC to maximum output. We can't afford to lose control of the situation.
Well, that's a lot of
Shot will be
rockets.
my last.
No idea where they are.
Taking significant damage. Might be checking out soon, tourist.
modules connected. Energy turbines at full capacity. Output at 80, 90. All emergency valves closed. Disabling limiter. 100, 110, 115. Rail cannon at maximum output. All or nothing.
That was awesome.
It's finally over. The blast will contaminate the area. Get out of...
Choral voices. Lost again. Raven. There's something I have to tell you. The Coral. It's my family. My brothers and sisters. I am but a single wave. Born from the Coral Tide. A Rubiconian without a body. No one even knew I was there for such a long time. Raven, you're the only one who...
Go get your rest, 621. Things are going to get busy. You did good.
Seems like we've got an abnormal connection to the Coral. Yeah, so Ibis is like just a consciousness floating around in the Coral. So I wonder if she has anything to do with... yeah, I wonder if Aya, has anything to do with the fires of Ibis.
The temporary alliance between the Arquebus and Balaam groups turned the tide of war, devastating the Planetary Closure Administration forces and exiling them from Rubicon. Though it was the Iceworm mission led by Balaam that dealt the decisive blow, Arquebus, through their own engagements with the PCA, augmented their strength with seized weaponry. The balance of power was broken. The scales tipped in Arquebus's favor, and the Rubicon Liberation Front's hopes of fighting an exhausted foe were dashed. With the loss of their common enemy, the rival factions' war for the Coral abruptly reignited, and their bitter conflict burned with renewed intensity.
Augmented Human C4621, entering Standard Mode. 2 new messages.
Doing okay, 621? I'd wanted to let you rest some more, but the corps are on the move already. With the PCA gone, it's back to work, getting to where the Coral's gathering. Do you remember the survey you carried out at Xylem? My friend analyzed the data and learned about a massive facility under the central ice field. Watch Point Alpha.
Turns out that the ice worm was defending the entrance to that place. It's time to let ourselves in.
Raven, there's something you need to know. That friend Walter mentioned. The comms database has no record of the conversation he just told you about. This isn't about just finding the core, Raven. He's after something more, and he's using you to do it. Here on Rubicon.
Registration number RB23, call sign, Raven. Your records have been updated. A-rank virtual encounters are now available in the arena. May these encounters further guide your technique.
So it looks like we've got some new parts in the shop as well as some new arena opponents to take down. But I'm going to wrap this episode up here because it has been a bit of a longer episode, and it's a nice place to end it with the end of the chapter. That was a really cool mission, and I know FromSoftware likes their bosses that have a gimmick a little bit like in the Dark Souls games, and Elden Ring there was the I can't remember his name, Master Rykard, where you had to use a certain weapon, the spear, to defeat him. And then there was the Lord of Cinder, or the can't remember his name, but the Fire Giant in Dark Souls 3, where you had to use the weapon that had, I think it was the Storm Ruler weapon or something, and yeah, that had the weapon art to defeat him. So for a gimmick fight, definitely one of FromSoftware's better ones, I think. Yeah, really enjoyed it. And in between episodes, I'll have a look in the shop and see if there's any parts worth buying, and maybe do a little bit of customization and set up a couple more builds for you guys to see and for me to mess around with them and test out. But yeah, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. Still really enjoying my time in the game. It's been far too long since playing an Armored Core game, or a new Armored Core game. So thank you very much for watching, and if you are enjoying the series, please like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.